There is a belief about Social Security that almost every married couple in America holds, and it is flat out wrong. The belief goes like this: I'll wait until 70. My check gets bigger, so my wife's check gets bigger too. We both win. Half of that is true. Your check absolutely does get bigger, about 8% for every year you wait past full retirement age. But your spouse's check, while you are both alive, it does not go up. Not by $1, not by 1 penny. Waiting until 70 does absolutely nothing for their spousal benefit. And friends, this is not my opinion. It's written into federal regulation. Delayed retirement credits apply to your benefit and nobody else's. Now, before anybody clicks away and files at 62 out of spite, hold on, because there is a second half to this, and it's the part that changes everything. Delaying to 70 does nothing for your spouse while you're alive, but it does something enormous for them after you're gone. Same decision. Two completely opposite answers depending on which side of the grave you're looking from. And once you understand that difference, the entire claiming decision gets simple. Here's what we'll cover today: what a spousal benefit actually is, and the one number it's locked to. Why delayed credits can't touch it. The trap where a spouse waits for a raise that will never arrive. The survivor benefit, and why it flips the answer completely. And a step-by-step framework for deciding as a couple. Stick around to the end, because I'll give you one question to ask at the kitchen table tonight that settles this for most couples in about 5 minutes. Grab a pen. The math today is very real. Let's start with the piece almost nobody gets right. Your spousal benefit is not half of your spouse's check. It's half of their PIA, their primary insurance amount. That's a mouthful, so let me make it simple. Your PIA is the benefit you'd get if you claimed at exactly your full retirement age. Not 62, not 70. Full retirement age, on the nose. For most of you watching, that's 67. If you were born in 1959, it's 66 and 10 months. Now here's the key. That PIA number is fixed. It's calculated from your 35 highest earning years, and once it's set, your claiming age does not move it. If you claim at 62, you get a reduced check, but your PIA didn't shrink. If you wait until 70, you get a bigger check, but your PIA didn't grow. Your PIA sits there like a fence post while your own check moves up and down around it, and the spousal benefit is measured against that fence post. Always. So let's put numbers on it. Say your PIA is $2,800 a month. Your wife's maximum spousal benefit is 50% of that, $1,400 a month. Now watch what happens. You claim at 67. Your check is $2,800. Her spousal benefit is $1,400. You wait until 70. Your check jumps to about $3,472. That's a 24% increase, and that's real money in your pocket. Her spousal benefit is still $1,400, not $1,736, not half of your new bigger check. Still $1,400, exactly what it would have been if you'd filed 3 years earlier. You gave up 3 years of your own checks, call it $100,000 of foregone income, and her benefit didn't move a dollar. That's the rule. Delayed retirement credits raise your benefit, and your benefit only. They don't flow to a living spouse. They don't flow to your children. And here's a bonus one most people don't know. They don't raise the family maximum either, because the family maximum is calculated off your full retirement age figure too. Everything on your record that gets paid to somebody else is anchored to that PIA fence post. So why does everybody believe the opposite? 3 reasons, and I've heard all 3 at kitchen tables. Reason 1, the language. People hear spousal benefit is half your benefit, and in the one case where you claim at exactly full retirement age, that's accurate. So the shortcut works right up until somebody claims early or late, and then it quietly breaks. Reason 2, nobody separates spousal from survivor. These are 2 completely different benefits with different rules, different ages, different percentages. People blend them into one idea in their head. Hear that delaying helps a surviving spouse, which is true, and assume it helps a living spouse too. It doesn't. Reason 3, and this is the expensive one. The spouse can't even file until you do. This is the trap I want you to really sit with. A spousal benefit cannot start until the worker files for their own retirement benefit. So if you decide to hold out until 70, your wife is sitting there unable to collect her spousal benefit for 3 whole years, waiting on a raise that is never coming. Let me put a number on that. If her spousal benefit is $1,400 a month and she's stuck waiting from your 67 to your 70, that's 36 months at $1,400. Just over $50,000 she could have been collecting, given up for an increase of exactly 0. Now, and I want to be fair here, that might still be the right decision for the household because your own check grew and the survivor protection grew. We'll get to that. But you have to make that trade with your eyes open. Most couples make it without ever knowing they made it. And one more. If your spouse claims that spousal benefit before their own full retirement age, it gets permanently reduced. At 62, with a full retirement age of 67, the spousal benefit drops from 50% of your PIA down to about 32.5%. On a $2,800 PIA, that's $910 a month instead of $1,400 for life. But flip it around. Waiting past their own full retirement age gains them nothing either. Spousal benefits don't earn delayed credits. They max out at full retirement age and sit there. So a spouse collecting purely on your record has one target date, and it's their own FRA. Not 70, not 68. Their FRA. Every month passed, that is a check left on the table for nothing. Quick pause, because this is exactly the kind of thing people tell me they wish somebody had put in one place. If you want everything explained in today's video in one easy place, check out the U.S. Senior Survival Playbook 2026. It covers Social Security, Medicare, taxes, Medicaid, pensions, important forms, deadlines, and more. All in plain English. Get your copy at robertretires.com. Links at the top of the description. Now let's talk about the part that flips this whole thing upside down. Everything I just told you applies while you are both alive. The moment one of you passes away, the rules change completely, and they change in your favor. A survivor benefit is not 50%. It's up to 100% of what the deceased spouse was actually receiving at death, including every delayed retirement credit they earned. Read that again. Delayed credits don't pass to a living spouse. They absolutely do pass to a surviving spouse. So let's go back to our couple. PIA of $2,800. Scenario A. You file at 67. You collect $2,800. You pass away at 80. Your widow's survivor benefit is $2,800 a month. Scenario B. You wait until 70. You collect about $3,472. You pass away at 80. Your widow's survivor benefit is about $3,472 a month. That's roughly $672 more every single month for the rest of her life. If she lives 15 more years, that's over $120,000. And that's before you count the cost of living adjustments compounding on the bigger number every year. So the same decision that did nothing for her while you were alive becomes the single most valuable thing you can do for her after you're gone. And here's why this matters so much. When one spouse dies, the household loses a check entirely. The survivor keeps the larger of the two, not both. So that surviving check is carrying a household that still has property taxes, insurance, and a Medicare premium. Making it as big as possible is protection, not optimization. A few survivor details worth writing down. Survivor benefits can start as early as 60, much earlier than the 62 for spousal, but claiming at 60 cuts it to about 71.5%. It rises back toward 100% as you approach your survivor full retirement age. Survivor full retirement age is on its own schedule. It's 66 and 6 months for someone born in 1959, phasing to 67 for those born 1962 and later. Note that's different from the retirement schedule, and that difference catches people. Survivor benefits also max out at 100% at Survivor FRA. Waiting past that gains nothing. Don't hold out to 70 for a survivor benefit. And here's the flexible part, which is genuinely one of the best rules in the whole system. Survivor benefits are not subject to deemed filing. You can take one benefit now and switch to the other later. A widow can claim survivor benefits at 60, let her own retirement benefit grow with delayed credits to 70, and then switch. Or, if the survivor benefit is the bigger one, she can take her own record at 62 and let the survivor benefit rise to its FRA maximum. 2. Levers, not one. Almost nobody uses both. One last thing. If your spouse passes before ever claiming and they were already past their full retirement age, the survivor benefit still includes the credits they'd earned up to the month of death. Those months aren't wasted. All right, let's turn this into something you can actually do. 6 steps. Step 1. Get both PIAs. Go to ssa.gov, create a My Social Security account for each of you, and print the statements. Look for the benefit at full retirement age. That's the PIA. That's your fence post. You cannot make a single good decision without these two numbers. Step 2. Figure out who is the higher earner. Compare the PIAs. The larger one is the one that matters most because that's the check that will be standing after one of you is gone. Step 3. The higher earner's decision is a survivor decision, not a spousal decision. Every month, the higher earner delays past full retirement age builds the check that protects whoever lives longer. That's the real reason to wait until 70. And if you're going to wait for that reason, not because you think it raises your spouse's spousal benefit. Step 4. The lower earner is usually the one who claims earlier. If they'll end up on a spousal benefit anyway, waiting past their own full retirement age earns them nothing. And in many households, having the lower earner claim first brings income in the door, while the higher earner's credits keep building. Step 5. Check whether your spouse can even claim yet. Remember, they can't start a spousal benefit until you file. Run that number, 36 months times their spousal amount. Know exactly what the delay is costing before you commit to it. Step 6. Run the survivor numbers on both sides. Ask the uncomfortable question out loud. If I go first, what does she live on? If she goes first, what do I live on? Whichever answer is smaller is the one your planning should be protecting. And one note for anyone divorced. If your marriage lasted 10 years or more, you may qualify on your ex's record, and it doesn't reduce their benefit or their current spouse's benefit by $1. That's a whole video of its own, but don't let anyone tell you a divorce erased those years. Let me tell you about a couple. Names changed, numbers simplified, but this pattern is very real. Ray and Carol. Ray's PIA is about $2,800. Carol worked part-time raising their kids, and her own benefit is small, so she'll be on a spousal benefit around $1,400. Ray read somewhere that waiting to 70 was always the right move, so at 67, he told Carol they were waiting. 3 more years and your check goes up too, he said. He believed it completely. For 3 years, Carol collected nothing on his record because she couldn't file until he did. Over $50,000 gone. At 70, he finally filed. His check was about $3,472, a real, meaningful increase. Carol's spousal benefit came in at $1,400, exactly what it would have been at 67, not $1 more. Carol was upset, and honestly, she had a right to be, not because the decision was wrong, but because it was made on a reason that wasn't true. Here's the twist, though. Ray passed away at 81. And Carol's check didn't drop to $1,400. It stepped up to about $3,472 because survivor benefits carry every delayed credit he earned. She's 79 now. She'll likely collect that larger check for another decade. Ray's decision turned out to be one of the best financial things he ever did for her. He just had the reason completely backwards. He thought he was raising her spousal benefit. What he was actually doing was buying her a bigger survivor benefit. Same choice, right outcome, wrong reason. And if the numbers had been slightly different, that wrong reason could have led him somewhere much worse. So here's the question I want you and your spouse to ask at the kitchen table tonight. When one of us is gone, which check is the one that's left? And how big will it be? That's it. That's the whole decision. Because friends, this is not really a question about maximizing a spousal benefit. That number was locked in the day your PIA was calculated, and nothing you do at 68, 69, or 70 will move it. It's a question about which of you will be sitting alone with one check and how much that check will be. Answer that honestly, and the claiming decision stops being a guess. If this helped you, do 3 things for me. Hit that like button so more couples see this before they make the decision. Subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And in the comments, type the word survivor if you want a full video on how surviving spouses can sequence 2 benefits instead of 1. And if you want all of it, Social Security, Medicare, taxes, Medicaid, pensions, forms, and deadlines, in one plain English place, grab the U.S. Senior Survival Playbook 2026 at robertretires.com. Take care of each other, and I'll see you in the next one.